Hello, amazing people around the world. You are all welcome to your premium podcast, How Body They Do You. Hope you're chilling, right? Yeah, today we come your way with an amazing topic, which you will like. I know you that is watching me, you will like it. Should Christians be using sex toys? Now, I am not the one to say this to digest it. There's someone in the house, so amazing, very intelligent woman, an actor, an entrepreneur. Well, I wouldn't be the one to introduce her. Later. Why are you smiling like this now? Just introduce yourself, Jare.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Delali Azajani Adeorike. I am an actor and as well as a businesswoman. The name of my brand is Milange Kisiwa Lingeries. So I deal mostly on underwears, lingeries, costumes, sex toys, and you name it.
Don't touch me.
I believe that's why I'm here. And different people have different beliefs about sex toys and its use, and I'm here to clear the air.
Okay, that's nice. And I made to understand that you are an actor, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to ask you before we go in deep. All those slaps that Zubi Michael slaps people, are they real?
Of course, they're not real.
That means you might likely do some film for us. Put your hand on your chest. Put your right hand on your chest. Put it like this. Repeat after me. I. Put your name.
Delali.
I do, how do you say, solemnly swear. How do you put on?
Okay, I do solemnly swear.
That everything I will say here.
That everything I will say here.
Will be the truth.
Will be the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Good. Now that you've said this in front of camera, I know for sure that you are not going to act movie for us.
No.
Wow. That's really okay. Now, should Christians be using sex toys?
Straight to the
Straight, because I'm eager. Okay. I'm very eager.
Okay, well, first of all,
okay.
I think for us to define this like in very clear term,
all right.
I think sex toys are enhancement products that are either used medically or intimate wise to help partners, to help people, individuals, either explore their sexuality, help their libido, to explore and basically learn about themselves.
Okay.
So there was a video on TikTok I came across a certain time about how vibrators, which is one of our sex toys, came about.
Okay.
And what I got to learn was that back in like old European time.
Yeah, that year.
Yeah, that we're not born then.
Hey, we're not born that year.
Yeah, that women usually suffer from hysteria. They suffer from this. So most times they go meet the doctor, and the doctor helps them. So what the doctor usually does was he uses his right hand to help, help with the female part.
Okay.
Yes, but as time came on, more women suffered from this hysteria.
And one doctor couldn't cure this problem.
One doctor could not.
My guy.
So they had to bring new people. So there was one doctor that came about. He formed a machine that could help, because most times he tried to use his other hand, it wasn't working. And when he did that, at some point, it wasn't working because even the machine was either too big and he was the only one that could operate it. So later on, as development started coming in, they started making smaller sizes and parts that women could use by themselves.
Okay.
So that was how vibrators came about, and they came different sizes, different shapes, and for different purposes. This time around, not only to cure this hysteria.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, fantastic. So now that you've taken us memory lane on how the whole thing came about, and now one doctor couldn't. I wish I was there, I would have loved to work as a doctor.
Bad boy.
Not really. I would have tried to solve a problem. Okay, now in the world today, do you think the Christian women, the Christians generally, should be using it, or are they still having that kind of problem? Or what can you say about, should they still be using it like in the world today? Because you're taking us back to what was happening then. So like now, like this, men are everywhere, because I don't know what happened then, or maybe men were scarce. But now that husbands so what do you think? What should you
Okay, well, I believe Christian women can use sex toys.
Okay.
In the sense that it is used in a committed and a responsible and it's true now.
Yeah, you're committed and responsible. Yeah,
responsible way, because if we are going to, there are some things, sex toys were not written in some of our religious texts because of the cultural and historical difference.
Okay.
Like you mentioned, when different times.
Faces,
yeah. And if there are some things that were considered as good back then,
Okay.
right now they are seen as taboos and all that. And I think the difference, or what was the problem then, was lack of knowledge.
Okay.
Yes, was lack of knowledge. So to say consecutively or exclusively that the use of sex toy is a sin is a no-no for me, because I feel like if we think like that, then we wouldn't have gone anywhere. Cars are not natural.
Okay.
There are things that came about, isn't it?
Mhm.
Now, sex toys can help women to explore themselves.
To explore.
Yes.
And you break
In
that
the
explore.
support-
Yeah.
In the support of let me say, for example, medically, right?
Okay.
There are so many women that have issues with like low libido.
Okay.
There are people that are suffering from or their age has gotten to like menopause, and their sexuality or sexual activity is frustrating either them or their partners.
Okay.
So when in medical terms, doctors advise these people with these problems to actually use sex toys to help and improve their intimate life.
Okay.
Yes. So in the medical aspect, that's what it does. Then in other aspects too, it helps create bond between partners.
Do you say born?
Yes, no.
Okay.
It creates bond because one of the myths a lot of people have is that sex toy replaces men, and you mentioned it here.
Yeah,
right?
I'm getting there now. Look at this, because not like me, I'm not saying it because I don't have any of this problem. Because sex toy, as you are saying, was actually came up as a result of the problem, health problem, and what of you. But right now we have vibrant men, vibrant women in such home that they don't. Though you have mentioned that to explore. Now let me put this as a real African man, which I am. Me and you know. Say most men and women are for bedroom, then they settle their fight. Now, if sex toy is being allowed in such homes, and what do you think will happen to women when they have problems? Will they still? What do you think will happen?
No, definitely. The thing is, we have different type of toys. We have the vibrators, we have the dildos, we have the anal plugs, we have different types. In fact, I can't even name all.
Okay.
But the thing is, when in a normal home, like you said, sex is one of the ways that married people
use in settling their problems.
Right? That creates bond. I don't think it's something that will prevent a man and a woman from being together. Instead, it's going to bring them closer, because this time around, you're going to learn what your partner loves. You're going to learn what your partner loves, and then you are able to help. And like you said, you're a strong African man, you don't have a problem. But there are men that have problems.
Okay.
There are men that have problems, and culture also. There are some men that say, I'm a chief, I cannot, leak there. I cannot clean plates, you understand? Now, we have sex toys that can actually leak there.
Clean
that can
plates.
actually clean the plates, you understand?
That leads me to another question. Now, if you say that all these things are for this and for that, where is the room for self-control?
Self-control.
Yeah.
I think it's based on individual.
Okay.
It's mostly based on individual, because there's this a lot of people say that once you use a sex toy, you get addicted, you get this. But like you said, it's all about principles. And most times, people use these sex toys alone. Few people use it alone, while others use it with their partners. So for me, if you say there's no self-control, I think it depends on the person, because, for example, let's say drinking is also a problem. But then an individual chooses to either drink and get drunk or not. Because when you know that you're passing your limit, something is telling you to stop, but you still want to continue.
Yeah, the self-control I'm talking about is like this. There are some men that are 2-minute men, and the wives are comfortable and managing that 2 minutes man for as long as it stays together. And you are now introducing something that doesn't here go, doesn't here come. And this particular person is, fire for fire, because now he loves the man, and he's okay, she's okay, rather, she loves the man, she's okay with the 2 seconds. That's where the self-control. To me, now you now introduce something that actually a match. So do you think that if such woman is being exposed to that kind of a thing, that what do you think will happen to their relationship? What will happen? Because me, I'm confused.
Well, I don't think it's going to do anything to the relationship if those toys are used together. Do you understand what I mean? That you're used together with your partner. Yes, you say he's a 2 minutes man. Of course, it's a problem for him, because he too is going to have low self-esteem. He's going to be suffering a lot of things emotionally that he may not be able to explain.
How many hours they do now? How many hours they do? Let's say this thing here and solve this problem here. Maybe my great-grandmother, my great-grandfather might have been 3 minutes, and my fathers and my uncles came. Your own might have been 1 hour. And let's say this thing today. How many hours, African women? How many hours should we give for now, so that there will be peace? Make una answer us, I beg.
See, as long as it takes. But the only thing is, it's all about understanding.
Okay.
It's all about understanding. When you know what your partner likes, you know what he wants, you know his limits.
Okay.
When you know that he cannot take you to that place, that's where communication comes in.
Okay.
You explain this to him, you talk about it, and if the two of you decide to go for a toy that can come in handy, then that solves that problem, because you can't really satisfy a woman fully. And it's not all of you that know what you're doing.
Okay, now look at this. Do single people use this thing as well? Yes or no?
Single people do.
Good. A single person that has yet to be married now started using this thing. Get used to it. For the sake of culture and religion and background, the fellow decide to settle down. Don't forget that this person now have stepped up, from where she was to like 2 hours. Because this battery, some of them, I don't know how many hours it lasts, as long as the battery still remains. Now, because of age, because of family, because of, procreation, she or he decided to settle down. Don't you think that will become a problem?
Well, I wouldn't say it will really become a problem, because we have
and don't forget that your partner might have been naive. Your partner is naive. He or she is not knowing, has not experienced this thing. And already your body system, we all understand how body system works. It grows and
you will teach him.
You will teach him. What if he's not that kind of person?
If he's not that kind of person, you guys have to come to an understanding. That's where communication comes in.
Okay.
Because now you can't have one very satisfied partner and one very unsatisfied partner. Okay. They will not be this cordial relationship as it should be, because marriage or relationship or whatever, because the ideal room or place for sexual activity is within the confines of marriage. But the truth is, times have changed. It's not everybody that's following that. Yes, we are all Christians. Yes, we try as much as we can to follow the 10 commandments.
Exactly.
And the 2 that was given to us. But then we still fall short at some of these commandments.
Okay.
Yeah, we still fall short of some of these commandments. But I truly believe that when there's such issue, that communication should be there. It's either somebody has to compromise.
Okay, so while we were talking the other time, you were like mentioning that this sex toy it really helps for infection. With sex toy, it limits the level of infection and all those things. Now we know, you and I will attest to it, while you were in school. There are this set of people that only do dishes when they want to cook. They will now finish the pot of Indomie they cooked last week. It's still there. It's only when. So now, if toy, fortunately or unfortunately, find itself in the hands of that kind of person, what do you think will happen? This person is very lazy when it comes to keeping things clean. Oh, I don't use this. Is it now? And the person now left it probably on. So what will happen if the person decides to, use it again? Because you were hammering on infection, it doesn't, what do you say about that?
See, the thing is, when one is informed, the person will make better choices.
Okay.
Yes. So first, from my own end as a vendor of such, whenever a customer reaches out to me, I may not know the person's background or how the person's
hygiene level,
is,
yeah.
but I will always tell the person, okay, look, this thing that you want to get, this is how you have to care for it. We also have disinfectants and some other things that help.
Man, this is really a soul lifting, because knowledge, they say, is power. I've really gotten a lot and I'm really enjoying it. I know our viewers are also enjoying. So now and then, it's considered a fornication if a single person has sex outside marriage. So if a single person now uses this sex toy, what do you call that?
Well, in my opinion,
okay.
Yes, for me, I don't consider it as a sin in the sense that, I don't want to use that word. Let me just say, in my opinion, it's not wrong. As it depends on your beliefs. It depends on your religious beliefs.
Okay.
Because there are some doctrines that say it's okay for you to test before you get into the marriage bed. Yes.
Whoa.
There was even a video I saw on TikTok lately. Yeah, and when I went to the comment section, a lot of people say Holy Ghost fire. A lot of people were like making a lot of. They were not in support of it.
What was the video all about? Just
so the video was the religious leader was advising the youth to try it. That he doesn't want a case where they reach the marriage bed and this one is complaining, this one is having issues.
So yeah,
I feel like as far as you're responsible, we can use as far as you're responsible with it, you're disciplined with it, and it does not affect any other person's doctrine or belief. Yeah, because you believe it's okay, doesn't make it all right for you to shove it around people's faces and all that. And then yes, as a single person, you want to use this toy. You can't just come outside and start using it now. It's going to discomfort your neighbors.
Okay, actually, even the real one, nobody brings it to the fore.
There are people.
Are you serious that people bring this into the public?
Yes, sir.
Like someone can just go to the market square and display a talent because a talent. Okay, now that leads me to another question I wanted to ask you. Thank God you really mentioned these parts, and I believe you really explained it to a layman understanding. So this is fasting period. So if someone decides to use this toy during this period, will it be considered a fornication or a sin or what of you?
It depends on individual belief. It depends on the person too.
Okay.
Are you disciplined enough to handle it? And then what are you fasting from exactly? Because from some doctrines I've thought, fasting is not only when you fast from food.
Okay.
Are you fasting from your phone? Are you fasting from sex? Are you fasting or whatever you're fasting from? It's based on you. It depends on your value, the value of the doctrine which you follow. And then if you decide to have this, are you disciplined enough not to let it affect other aspects of your life? If you know you're not, you cannot control yourself, don't indulge in it.
But one thing I still want you to really clear, make it very expatiate it. Where do you factor people that have high libido inside, that are single people or that are married people? Where do you factor them in? Because I'm like me, I'm still on opinion that there should be room for self-discipline, that you can actually stay without using all these things. So for those, what really, I want you to teach us.
But do you know that there are people that have high libido that don't use these toys, they don't use, it's natural, it comes naturally to them.
Okay.
Now let me, since you brought this up, right? Okay, let's say the man has a high libido, the woman does not have a high libido, and maybe the man, let's say his career path, he's not always around, he travels a lot. So now there's no time for the woman to pick up her pace, because the more they do it, definitely the woman is going to, either match that pace or maybe
become more than. I know women.
Or reach that extent.
I'll pass. Or pass.
Okay, or pass. So that's where the toy comes in the sense that, okay, if the man is not around, the woman can also use it. Then she's not cheating on her husband, she's not committing some, let's say, adultery, since you mentioned fornication, you understand? And then she's also helping herself to get used to it, so that by the time the man comes home and he's all he wants to, at least to an extent, is self-practice. She has practiced before he came.
Now, is there any law that it will take care of this thing? Maybe I just went for work and I'm back. My wife has already satisfied herself and she's leaving me hanging. Is there any law, is there anywhere that something can be done that Men will not be left behind, or women will not be left behind, because one partner might choose to, oh God, don't go work, or my wife don't go work. Let me just cure my crease. And the fellow come back, oh God, I'm tired, oh madam, I'm tired. So is anywhere we can balance this thing? What do you think we can do?
It depends on the two people. It depends on communication. That's why you have to communicate and have this understanding with your partner. Okay, the woman is already satisfied and all that. She doesn't want him to touch her. We have toys for men too now. So sex toys generally is not only for women.
Tell me something.
We
Hey,
have for both men.
are you serious?
And women.
Do you have
Yes.
sample here?
There's no sample here, but no, but honestly, we have different types. We have the automatic one, we have the manual one. So it depends on what you want. And you know the good part, you can also use it with your partner.
Okay.
Idea of sex toys is not just only for one person. Yes, there are some people that like to go solo. It's fine, it's your decision. But when you use it with your partner, there's this bond it creates where he's lacking. He will also learn new things about you. Because some women, they use toys because they want to, explore their body, know how. Then they will be able to teach a man properly how
They will
to
teach a man
satisfy them.
properly.
Yes.
It's like you teach me now these things are electronics.
Yeah.
If it gets spoiled, who fixed it?
Well, right now, the way the market is just coming up. So
The market just coming up.
yes,
With what
there's
I'm
so
seeing on
many-
internet.
On the internet, but in Nigeria here,
Okay.
it's not that people are getting more bold enough to sell these things.
Okay.
Normally, you don't see it. It's only on TV you see it when you watch, Western movies and the rest. But you don't see. There are a lot of people that come to the like, oh, this is the first time I'm seeing this in real life.
Okay.
You understand? So the market is not that broad and open yet that we have like a place where you can easily go and fix it. So
Okay.
it depends. If it's factory problem, I return it to my plug. My plug returns it to where we buy from.
Okay.
But if it is man-made, this thing,
overused, overcharged.
hair, then you know that you have to get a new one.
Okay. Whoa. So far, so good. Man, we've really come a long way. And I've actually gathered knowledge of what I've never known before, which I never sabi. I don't sabi today. And maybe when next we meet, you show me sample. You say you do sample.
Why not?
You do sample, right?
I'll show you the sample. I will not do the sample.
Oh, you not do the sample, you only show
I'll
me.
you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate. And for the sake of people that will want to patronize you, can you kindly mention your handle for them? Just tell them now. Tell them that's why you're here. Tell them.
All right. So if you want to patronize me on Instagram, you can check out Milonji de Siwa Lingeries. On Facebook, same thing. TikTok, same thing. Then our business is growing.
Yeah, we are 10%.
Yes.
When you are 10%, I refer her. I'm the 10%.
Our business is growing. So a website is coming up very soon.
Okay.
So it makes it very easy for you. But if you want to call, you can reach out to them and they will reach
10%. Now that 10% I'm really talking about.
You can reach out to them and they will reach me.
Thank you so much for everything. I quite appreciate. And for my amazing viewers around the world, thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for the comments, because I know that hand. I know you want to write something. It's still that thing that you're writing that we're going to learn. We're going to know how to do better in what we are doing. I would really want to say a very big thank you to my team, my camera guys, my lights guys. I have the most amazing team in the world. Thank you so much. Until I meet your way again next week, I remain your humble host to the SLLIPKNOT. My name is Slim Nodasukwa. I love you. Cheers.